We're so lucky to have them. I'll kill you!
Drink your blood.
It's locked, all right.
Don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week,
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
You're only good for crawling until you die.
Albert, you seem unusually happy.
And why shouldn't I? I deserve respect. I'm a wet boot boy.
And what about Benjamin's death?
Who cares? Life is for the living. We all end up 6 feet under. Let's grab what's ours before we meet the Reaper. Life's too short.
You're right there, Albert. Life is short. Which is why it's precious.
Fuck you! No one speaks to Albert Palmer like that.
Very well. Goodbye, then. Good evening, Albert.
Where's Mr. I'm ready for whatever's...
Very well. Good evening, Albert.
Where's Mr...
Do you need assistance?
Please.
There you...
Very... Stupid worms. You're only good for crawling until you die.
I have this thirst for blood. Good evening, Albert.
Well, it's Mr. Palmer to you. I have a reputation to maintain.
The... I cannot enter.
Dobra. Jednak włączę mikrofon. Są na 31. Nie mogę znaleźć wejścia do tego. Wszystko jest tu zamknięte. Tędy nie mogę wejść, bo to jest brama. I przez tą bramę nie przejdę. I tędy też nie przejdę, bo to też jest brama zamknięta. I muszę teraz zapierdalać tutaj naokoło, żeby do tego szpitala przejść. I przez szpitala muszę tędy wyjść, żeby wejść do tego teatru. Bo tędy nie przejdę, bo jest zamknięte. A jednego przejścia nie widzę, żeby było. Więc muszę wyjść z tego. Nie tędy. Nie o to mi chodziło. To jest ten kościół. Przyjdzie...
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long are we known?
Kurwa, znowu źle poszłem. Czyli tędy mam iść cały czas do przodu. Szłem tyle razy tędy i jeszcze się nie nauczyłem. Okej, dobrze idziemy. Czytywanie, jak mnie to wkurwia, tak randomowo się pojawia. Czy ten typ sobie już stąd pojechał? To żeśmy go w wampira przemienili. Zauważyłem, że niektóre postacie, jak chodzą, takie małe lagi mają. Kto to jest? Ciebie nie widziałem.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed of the Pembroke
Ale on jest
Hospital.
mały.
May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
Czyli boi się szczurów.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you...
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... Well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. I think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
Chujowo.
Do you need medical...
Afraid so.
Throughout history...
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you?
Are you
Of course I am.
What kind of...
I believe people have armed themselves.
Goodbye.
Okej. To pogadajmy z Oswaldem
Good
w takim razie.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No,
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
When I rescued you, you expressed joy at seeing the sky again. So I'm inclined to believe you were trapped or buried somehow. Maybe during a shelling.
Jeez, you're good, Doc. You're really good.
Go on, please. Tell me more about it.
Newton and I were trapped in a circulation tunnel after an artillery attack. We were buried alive for several days, without ever knowing if we'd be found.
Czyli byli pogrzebani pod ziemią. Coś się stało, gdy byłeś pogrzebany.
Oswald, tell me about what happened when you were buried in that tunnel with Newton.
It was more than dark. It was black as pitch. Hours seemed like days, and days like months. The terror, the shameful thoughts. Lord have mercy.
What you endured was terrifying. It would have completely destroyed weaker men.
It did not destroy Newton.
Shameful thoughts. Tell me about them.
At some point, I don't remember which day, but when I thought we'd never be rescued, that this would be our end, I thought about...
Gay?
Say it, Mr. Thatcher. If you ever want to heal, you have to say it.
I thought about what I could do to survive, just for a few more days. I thought about killing Newton. Killing and eating him. The man I fucking love.
As I thought, gay?
About your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Nie, on
I
jest
can't
do gejów.
imagine life without him.
I admire your honesty. It takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
Dobra, nie mam nic do gejów. Jest luz.
Are you...
Not really.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Dobra. Idziemy stąd.
Goodbye.
Idziemy do tej zabitej przez nas Doris, do jej teatru. Nie chce mi się z wami bić. Nie chce mi się z wami bić. Can you please fuck off, tak proszę.
Burn it, boys!
Nie, naprawdę, nie chce mi się z wami bić.
Steady, boys! We've got one of them here!
Co się kurwa odjebało? Czy te przecinki w grze są normalne? Wywaliło mnie znowu z aplikacji. Wystąpił błąd poniżej aplikacji CE coś tam. Sprawdzenie stanu błędu i mi się 0% ładuje. Co jest? Już tak 2 razy dzisiaj mam. Tak mi przycina gierkę letko. Halo, ładujesz się, czy co robisz?